Hello, it's Julia at juliaatkinson.com. It just said trying to reconnect, so I hope that I am connected. And for the replay viewers, thank you for being here. You're welcome to put replay in the information and where you're coming in from so that I can give you a shout out later in the comments. If you're here with me live, then go ahead and put that in also so I can give you a shout out right now in the comments or verbally. Today, as you can see from the title, it's, what are the 3 steps you need to go through to have a better day tomorrow? Because we can go through and work through things and we might say, well, nothing went right. But even after going through this exercise I'm about to go through with you, if you don't sit down and do this all together, then you might only focus on the negative things. You want to be able to focus on the positive as much as possible. And so we're going to start with the first step. What 3 things went right today? And I will say, at first I was thinking there weren't 3, and I ended up with 4. So you might find out that you have a lot more than 3, because when you tally up all the things you've done for the day, it's a lot more. So for one, I did capture page training this afternoon for a live audience. It was recorded. I did have on the list what something went wrong. It was right before we started recording. I got a phone call, someone walked in the door, all these things happened, but that all worked out okay. And the second thing that went right today was I received my photos from my photo shoot I had last month. So I was able to create my banners for my website, social media, and also profile pictures for social media. So I had an opportunity to go through all of that. I had to wait till after I was through with my training because I knew that would take up all my day. Another thing is I have invited 50 people on LinkedIn today. And then my 4th thing is I'm doing this Facebook Live. This is going right so far. The next step, so step 2 would be what went wrong. Now you don't want to sit here and think about the 20 million things that went wrong because that's being very negative. Only 2. What 2 things? So your second step is what 2 things went wrong. And one thing was in the capture page training, I had already practiced all of this the other day. Everything went fine, of course, in the practice. And when I was on the recording, at that point, some things did not work properly. So that was a little unnerving, but I kind of think about the fact that that also will let people see that it's not all perfect, that even people that are trained in something can still have glitches. So if they're having glitches, they might not be as worried about it, and they'll say, okay, well, this is normal, let's just try again. Another thing that went wrong was I went and created all of these images in a specific program that I use to create banners and profiles, and they had the incorrect measurements on them. So at first my profile picture on Facebook was off center, and so finally this evening I did get a chance to go to another program and get the correct measurements and set these up, and now hopefully that looks a little bit better. So that's why if you saw on Facebook I had 2 profile pictures on my personal profile. That was what was going on. Oh, I still need to do it on the fan page. One more thing to put on my list of things to do. So our first step was what went right, 3 things. Second step was what went wrong, 2 things. And our third step, 1 thing that I might do differently. Since I felt that I'd already practiced for the capture page training and I thought I had everything lined up, I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to go back now, and before I have to teach it again another month, because it's the 4th Wednesday of every month, I need to make sure and go through and try and figure out why it did it differently during the recording than it did when I wasn't recording. I know when I used to teach computer classes, especially if I had elderly seniors in my class that were taking like how to surf the internet, a lot of times they'd be like, oh, I did something wrong, or maybe they're still learning how to use Windows, because this was over 15 years ago. And I would say, no, it's not that you did it wrong, you just did something different from the rest of us. So everything is not always wrong or right in that sense, because you get a different result because you clicked different buttons and you did things differently. So evidently I was clicking some different buttons, I was doing some things differently in today's training, and from that I learned I need to go back and look at it again. So how do you apply this for you? Each day, at the end of the day, if you do this at the end of the day, then you kind of set yourself up for the next day. Think about today. And if you have to, because when I was trying to think about it, I didn't have it written out at first. I actually had to go get my iPad so I could put it in my notes. Because then if you see everything listed, it's going to be a little bit better for you rather than just having it in your mind, trying to keep track of it. So if you have Do it on an iPad, put in your notes, on your computer if you want to get a piece of paper and write this out. So 3, 2, 1, 3 things that went right, 2 things that went wrong, and 1 thing you're going to do to improve. So what would I do differently? That's what you're going to be doing on that last step. So I hope this is helpful for you. Excuse me. Once again, it's Julia at juliaatkinson.com. I'd be more than happy to work with you and help you with some more ideas on how you can move forward in your social media for your network marketing business. So go ahead and leave a comment below, comment, like, and share, and make sure you turn on the notifications. There should be 3 little dots somewhere in this video, and you can click to turn on notifications so you always find out when this is coming out. Thank you and have a great day.